Hey there, my fellow dream chasers, innovators, and believers in the extraordinary. Buckle up because we're about to dive headfirst into a world where innovation knows no bounds, dreams are spun into reality, and the relentless pursuit of excellence is the name of the game. Today, we're unraveling the remarkable life story of a man whose very name ignites a spark of inspiration, Steve Jobs. But before we unveil the untold stories and wisdom from the pages of this insightful book by Walter Isaacson, I want to share a nugget of information with you. This information can change your life if you choose to embrace it. Ready? Here it is. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Those are the words of Steve Jobs himself. If you want to know how he turned this audacious belief into a reality, keep watching because we're about to embark on a transformative journey. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Incorporated, was a pioneer, an innovator, and a visionary. His life was a testament to the power of relentless passion, unwavering determination, and an unquenchable thirst for excellence. From the very beginning, Jobs was destined for greatness. He didn't just follow trends, he set them. He didn't just create products, he revolutionized industries. Born in 1955, Jobs grew up in Silicon Valley when it was just a cluster of orchards. His humble beginnings didn't deter his ambition. They fueled it. He dropped out of college, a decision that would change his life. During this time, he co-founded Apple with his friend Steve Wozniak in his parents' garage. They were driven by a simple yet profound mission: to bring computers to the masses. And boy, did they succeed. The Macintosh, the Apple II, the iPhone, the iPod, these iconic products didn't just sell, they captured our imaginations and transformed our lives. Jobs didn't just create products, he created experiences. He understood that design wasn't just about how something looked but about how it made you feel. It was about simplicity, elegance, and beauty. Jobs had a unique ability to merge technology and art seamlessly. He believed technology should be accessible to everyone, not just geeks and engineers. He made the complex simple, and he did it with style. In the process, he turned Apple into the most valuable company. But it wasn't just about the money but about making a dent in the universe. One of the most intriguing aspects of Steve Jobs was his brutal honesty. He wasn't afraid to tell people when their ideas were terrible, but he did it because he believed in the power of excellence. He believed in pushing the boundaries of what was possible. He believed in creating products that would change people's lives. This ruthless pursuit of excellence wasn't always easy for those around him, but this uncompromising standard propelled Apple to greatness. And in the end, it wasn't just about the products, it was about their impact on people's lives. But life wasn't all smooth sailing for Jobs. In 1985, he was forced out of Apple, the company he had co-founded. It was a devastating blow, but Jobs didn't give up. He went on to found Next Computer and Pixar Animation Studios. He didn't just bounce back, he soared. And in 1996, he returned to Apple, a company on the brink of collapse. What happened next is the stuff of legend. Jobs orchestrated one of the most remarkable turnarounds in business history. With products like the iMac, the iPod, and eventually the iPhone, he brought Apple back from the brink and turned it into the juggernaut it is today. But Steve Jobs' story isn't just about business, it's also a deeply personal journey. He faced numerous challenges, including health issues. His battle with cancer was a stark reminder of his mortality, but it didn't stop him. It fueled his determination even more. He delivered one of the most moving commencement speeches at Stanford University, where he shared his philosophy on life and death. Jobs believed death was life's most significant invention because it reminded us that our time on this planet is limited. It inspired him to live each day as if it were his last and to follow his heart. He encouraged all of us to do the same. So what can we learn from the incredible life of Steve Jobs? 1. Follow your passion. Jobs was passionate about technology, design, and innovation. He followed his heart and pursued his dreams relentlessly. What's your passion? What's the one thing you can't stop thinking about? Start there. 2. Innovate or die. Jobs didn't settle for the status quo. He believed in pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Don't be afraid to challenge the norm and think differently. 3. Simplicity is key. Jobs understood the power of simplicity in design and functionality. Aim for simplicity and elegance, whether creating a product or solving a problem. 4. Embrace failure. Jobs faced setbacks and failures, but he didn't let them define him. He learned from his mistakes and used them as stepping stones to success. Don't be afraid to fail, be afraid of not trying. 5. Live your legacy. Jobs' legacy lives on through the products he created and his impact on the world. What legacy do you want to leave behind? How do you want to be remembered? And there you have it, my fellow trailblazers. Steve Jobs was a true visionary, an innovator, and an inspiration to us all. His journey reminds us that greatness is within our reach if we dream big, work hard, and never settle for mediocrity. So, as we wrap up this journey through the pages of Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson, remember those words that started it all: the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Now, go out there and change the world. The world needs more dreamers, doers, and innovators like you. Embrace your inner Steve Jobs, and together, we can make a dent in the universe.